Okay, this was late Wednesday night, almost 10 o'clock, but I'm going to start my next cast on. So, hi, I'm Kathryn. Welcome to my making adventure. I think this is my 6th cast on for the 12 cast ons hosted by Ange of I'm. Thanks to everybody who's been following along. I've been loving watching everyone else cast on. I've been watching Angela from Yarns, Kirsty from Kirsty Knits and Sews, Erica from Rose Opal Knits. I watched previously Carla from Carla Knits. Who else is casting on 12 things? I'm sure there's others that I'll list down below. Unfortunately, there's like only so many hours in the day. I don't know how to watch everyone that I want to watch. But I've been seeing, Ange's been sharing cast-ons on Instagram too, and that's been really cool to see what other people are working on and get lots of fun inspiration from that. So today, my cast-on is the second baby sweater that I'm hoping to finish by the end of the month. The first one's not quite done yet, but it's getting close, and I just need my smaller needle for ribbing at this point. So I have the needles, US 6s that I need. And I'm going to cast on another Hannah G Knits pattern. I'm going to do Micah's Raglan, which has some cabling detail. And I know that the mother of this child is a sucker for cables. So I don't love doing the cables, but I figured this was a good way to love her. So we're also using some yarn that my husband dyed. It's really gorgeous. I'll be holding this fingering weight double. This is a little bit lighter than his stick season sweater that I made for him, I don't know when, 2023 or 24. And we were trying to duplicate the color and we didn't quite get it. So that's perfect for this project. If there's enough left over, I want to make myself socks, but I don't know that there will be. So I've got 2 cakes ready to go and I'm going to cast on. I might just get like 2 rounds done, but that's okay. Also, if you're new here, I don't have like a million different cable lengths. So for baby sweaters, I often end up doing magic loop, and that's what I'm set up to start with here. Sometimes for the body, I can use my smallest cord. But for the first initial neck cast on, I'll have to be doing magic loop. So I've got stitch markers laid out. I've got the pattern laid out. I've got the yarn. I've got the needles. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've never knit with fingering weight held double, I don't think. Like, it's not a new idea to me, but I've just never chosen to do it. So I'm gonna have to be careful to not drop either of the strands. I don't like to hold my yarn double if I can help it. Okay, so it's about half an hour later. And ta-da! I have a cast on. I think this yarn held together is really, really pretty. And I think it's gonna look really beautiful in the cables. I'm ready for a cable round, but I will not be doing that at 10:30 at night. Can you see how pretty the yarn is? Anyway, I will keep working on this tomorrow. I've done like the cast on in 4 rounds, right? And so I will definitely continue working on that and show you updates tomorrow. Hi, welcome back. It is Thursday morning, and I'm knitting. So I have done 2 of the pattern repeats, so you can sort of start to see. That's at the Raglan in 4 places. My baby's trying to say hi. Say hi. Can you say hello? I'm just making a video. You can just use your words to say hello. No. She was not, I promise she was not interested in my knitting until I started filming. So yeah, I'm 2 repeats in. This is actually like the top. So. Oh, cute. That's a cute puppy. And I think it's looking beautiful. And yeah, so there's 4 cables at each raglan, and I have to keep increasing for a while. So that's what I'm working on now. It's a rainy day and my husband is at work, and so I think I have a little more time to knit still this morning, but I wanted to show you an update. I need to get up and get another stitch marker. I like to mark every pattern repeat so I can keep track of how close I'm getting done, like getting to the next part. All right, bye. Good morning. It is Friday morning, barely. It's like 11 o'clock. We finished breakfast, we finished school, and I'm getting lunch. But I was gonna give you probably the final 12 Cast Ons update on project, I counted yesterday, number 6. I thought I would have more updates for you yesterday, but I ended up not knitting as much as I wanted to for various reasons, including I went to bed early. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sorry, my needles are clanking. I'm excited. It's looking really pretty. Can you go ask one of your sisters, please? Say, water, please. Can somebody get the baby her water? Or just take mine that you can't drink out of. Mine doesn't have a straw, so. I've done several repeats of the cable. It's in the kitchen, I think. And that is the Raglan repeat, but it is carried down the body once the Raglan is done. It shows up really well. The yarn is looking gorgeous. Which I love. I'm more than halfway through like the number of rows I need for the Raglan, and it got big enough I could put it on a cord and not like a 1 cord and not have to do magic loop. Hopefully. Your milk is in the fridge. I can help you in a little bit. You gotta wait. Hopefully, even once I separate the sleeves, I'll be able to keep it on this cord. I don't remember how many stitches we separate off for the sleeves. Yep, I know you're gonna have to wait, Mama said. I think it's quite a few. And then we don't cast on very many. But let me look. Let me peek. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep using this little of a cord for the body. I might have to go back to magic loop. It's so much easier. But at least I don't ladder with magic loop, so it really isn't that big of a deal overall. I just find that like with magic loop, you count every half round. And when you're knitting in the round, that's not as big of a deal. I do find, I'm guessing you can tell, like on this side of the raglan of the cable, my make one increases are very tight and neat. And on this side, my make one increases are loose. You can actually like see through them. And I don't know if there's something I can do to like help that. The loose side is going from knit to purl. So you knit, make one, purl. And the tight side is going purl, make one, knit. If that is a factor. I don't think that, I think it has more to do with the knit versus purl because these are yarn over increases, so that doesn't help. But I don't think on my typical raglans, I've had that big of an issue of a difference between a make one left and a make one right. It's my make one rights that are big and my make one lefts are tidy. But I think it has more to do with the going from knitting to purling and purling to knitting. So if you have any tips for that for the future, for future me, please leave them down below. If you want to share with me what you're making, I would love to know that as well. What are you working on? What's bringing you joy? I am also seeking for a future video a basic bias cowl pattern, preferably that uses like a worsted weight yarn. I think I found one, but if you have other recommendations, it could be DK. My yarn is worsted, but it's also blown, like, or worsted spun. It's very fluffy, so I could knit it at a tighter gauge. I just only have so much. I think I found one I might go with, but if you have recommendations for patterns like that that you've actually done that you would recommend, I'd love to hear them down below. Thank you for watching. I do have my yarn now for my next cast on. And so I have to buy the pattern and print the pattern. Maybe I should make sure I can get gauge first with the yarn that I have. You know, little things. So, but I am really enjoying this one and I'm gonna have to keep working on it to get it ready for the baby. But time for a new cast on, I suppose. All right. Happy knitting. God bless.